venture capital is a fascinating and glamour world because it's the place in which we can connect money with new ideas, with young entrepreneurs. So it's great. It's a way money can contribute to generate new companies. Venture capital at the very beginning was a story isolated only in US and UK, but today the story of venture capital and startup is something very relevant also for Europe and for Asia as well. If I mention the Juncker plan, so the big business plan to develop Europe in the next 5 years, venture capital plays a fundamental role to sustain the development of new companies. If we give a look to the story of startups, we can say that we identified 3 different waves. The first one was at the end of the 80s. It was the first wave of startup. The second wave was the wave of the net bubble. And today we are living in a third wave of startups. I do believe that this third wave is much more relevant, especially in Europe, for 3 different reasons. The first one, startuppers learned a lot. Today, new teams, new entrepreneurs are quite skilled, know very well what are the tools, the decision to be taken to launch a new company. The second one, today a lot of fiscal incentives are devoted to sustain a younger generation and new teams, they want to create a startup. And third, in many countries all around Europe, there is a dramatic need to improve and to enhance the GDP. So we must be optimistic, but to have a very successful venture capital world, we have to take into consideration some factors we have to explore. The first one, we need a lot of very different investors competing together to give money to startups. Incubators, accelerators, business angel, venture capital. So it's a fascinating world where a puzzle of different players compete together to give money to young entrepreneurs. And the second one, it's related to education and culture. To promote entrepreneurship and startup is fundamental to create the right backbone for younger students, for younger generation to create their startups.